Images at January 6th riot at the Capitol show some people there holding hateful views. Now take this man wearing a Camp Auschwitz hoodie, for example, referring to that infamous concentration camp of World War II. Some researchers have found several members of hate groups present at the January 6th riot. I took an in-depth look and found some of those groups have chapters right here in Missouri. The Southern Poverty Law Center says it's identified members of more than a dozen groups it classifies as a hate group. That includes the Proud Boys, who the SPLC says is often closely tied with white supremacist ideas and groups, despite the group's own disavowal of such. The SPLC points out that the group has a chapter in Missouri. Researcher Michael Hayden says these groups will often work together.
You know, these groups are absolutely working within one another. They're working among one another in order to plot terrorism. That is demonstrable. So, you know, based upon that, I think it's critical to start looking at the infrastructure of the groups.
Washington University professor David Cunningham studies hate groups and what makes them tick. He says the voice and presence of white supremacist groups has only grown in the last several years.
We see particular time periods within which these groups feel that they have the opportunity to be active publicly and visible publicly and to pronounce and act upon their beliefs.
The Missouri State Highway Patrol tells me it has investigators helping with federal task forces that watch these groups for any violent plans. Cunningham says prosecuting hate crimes is an important way to show that a community doesn't support hateful views. He also says having an organized voice opposing those groups also helps.
The presence of a group is one thing, but I think it's important for other groups to be vocal as well, that they oppose those particular ideas.
You can find the SPLC's full list of hate groups it's monitoring in Missouri on our website, abc17news.com.